Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Vicki Howie of ChakraBoosters.com, the creator of Chakra Boosters Healing Tattoos, as well as Circling Space, an online place where we gather together to share more authentic communication and connection. I would love to see you at both of those sites. Today I'm excited because we are getting back into shadow again. This is the first video in a new shadow series. So today we are going to look at the light shadow. So first, just let me tell you briefly. If you want to look at my other videos, you'll get a deeper idea of what shadow is. But let me tell you briefly. Shadow is the parts of you that you're not aware of. They are the unconscious parts of you that you have put away in trying to fit in. We come into this world with just endless possibilities as a slice of the divine, right? We come into this world, this fresh baby, we have all kinds of talents, abilities, and very quickly our caregivers begin to reward us for certain qualities and punish us for others. Tell us that it's not good to be greedy. I have to share my cookie, but as a kid I don't want to share my cookie. So now I learn that if I'm greedy, my cookie gets taken away, right? So I learned that it's bad to be greedy. And even though it's a natural part of me, I want the whole cookie, I have to begin to put that part of me aside. I'm not greedy. I don't want the whole cookie. And maybe I'm really loud. My parents don't like that. So I learned that that's bad. And I put that loud or boisterous part of myself away. Or maybe I learned that maybe I'm in a loud family. It's the opposite. I'm kind of a quiet person, but I will never be heard in this family. And I'm encouraged in the family to speak up, to be more boisterous. So I put on a more extroverted or boisterous personality when in actuality I'm quite introverted. So the way that we adjust to fit in our childhood is how we begin to say, well, I'm not greedy, I'm not loud, or I'm not introspective, or I'm not dumb, right? Because we all want to be smart, we want to go to school, get good grades, or at least we know that our parents or caregivers are happier when we get those good grades. So there's just really this training that's happening. And the truth is, we are everything. You are everything. I am everything. We are slices of the divine. We are made of divine consciousness. So in the process of shadow integration, we bring back these parts. And in the negative shadow, we own back the gifts for every shadow. When I say negative, I'm using quotes. It's negative because someone judged it as such, and now it's hard for us to take that quality in. In the light shadow, it's all the qualities that you can't be praised for, that you don't let in. And the way that this got sort of conditioned into your being is that you, as a child, maybe you really shined somewhere and you were told that you were showing off. Like, don't be a show-off. So now you equate shining and show-off and, oh, I'm a show-off, and you don't do it, when in actuality you do have a lot to shine about and you do have a lot to share. That's one example, for instance, of like also confidence. Like if you have a lot of confidence, someone might say you're arrogant or something, and you're just really confident, and that can be seen as negative. So these positive qualities are actually given a like you aren't going to fit in, you're trying to be better than others sort of taste, or there could be many reasons, right? We just don't do that in this household or whatever. Today we're going to own back 3 light shadow, this is important, light shadow qualities, things that you look up to, things that you would look up to others at in general. I'll pick ones that I believe that most people look up to or think are positive. And we're going to bring them home. And when you bring those energies back home, it's like filling in the pie of your chakra, that particular chakra. We're going to start today with the root, and then I'll be bringing you a video a week on the other chakras. I'm going to do 3 light shadow qualities for each chakra. I'm going to give you 3 techniques to integrate, to do the shadow integration to bring them home. It's not enough to think about these. Because if you think about, for instance, being rich, you think, wow, that would be good, right? But if someone called you rich or called you wealthy, you might not be able to own it, Or you might think, ooh, that means that I'm also bad in some way, like if you thought that certain wealthy people were bad. So we're going to own it back in a healthy, innocent, full-bodied way so that you can open each chakra. So, root chakra, you know about it if you're on this channel. It's the base chakra. It's located at your tailbone. It governs your legs and your feet, your lower body, right, from the tailbone down. And it's all about the earth element and stability and the material world and your wealth, your financial stability, stability in general, your security, your safety. And it can deal with home, it can deal with family, more so home, but even ancestors, right? Roots. I'm just giving you an overview. And now we are going to look at the 3 qualities of the root chakra that I feel, the light qualities that are harder to embrace, that I find especially in the quote-unquote spiritual world. So, root chakra, light shadow, quality number 1 is grounded. Can you feel yourself as grounded? If you can, good for you, yay! If you can really feel it and someone could say you're grounded and you're like good with it, then you don't need to integrate this one. It's already integrated. But I have found that on my channel, I really needed root, so it took me a long time to accept grounded. And I see this in some of my clients and people on the channel, in their comments who are visiting. So therefore, I want to help you with this one, grounded. So let's look at the 3 techniques you're going to use to work with grounded. The first one is you're going to journal. And when you journal, you specifically want to feel into your earliest childhood years. And when it comes to root, you want to think birth and womb. I mean, really young, and then up to about 3, but mostly birth and womb. That will be the most important up to your first year. So that entire first year. Was your family grounded? Was there safety? Did you stay in one place or go to a lot of different places? Like, did you move around even within that first year as a military child or something? So, did you have role models who were grounded, calm, peaceful, grounded, like a tree's roots in the ground? Can you feel that? Like a cedar tree or a redwood tree energy. Okay? Just right. How your mom was, how your dad was, or your caregivers were, or your siblings were, and you don't remember that time, but ask what that time was like in your family. Was it stable? Was there a good home atmosphere? Were you allowed to go? Were you in nature at that time, or very cityfied, right? Nature will make you feel more grounded. And go up to about 3, 4, 5 years old even. Look at all of that and find out how grounded was for you. Then, second, we're going to do a TPQ. Now, TPQs are so much more powerful when working with the subconscious than affirmations. The subconscious will often fight affirmations. I'll leave a video below explaining why TPQs are more powerful than affirmations, or why affirmations can actually hurt you. They can actually have a detrimental effect. But these TPQs work every time, and they work with your unconscious. And that's exactly what we want here for shadow, because that's where the shadow exists, in the unconscious. So the TPQ here is, why am I getting more grounded every day? See how progressive it is? Your mind doesn't want to fight with it. Why am I more and more grounded every day? You can just do it that way. More and more grounded every day. All right? Write that down on a bunch of sticky notes. Stick it throughout your house, your car, anywhere, your bathroom, your bedroom, your kitchen, and read it out loud every time you see it, okay? And feel yourself. Just feel that. Why am I getting more grounded? See, I can feel it even as I ask the question. Number 3 is tapping, or EFT. If you've never done this before, I would like you to just follow me. Just try it. But if you want to get an example of it, you could go to one of my earlier series, one of the tapping series of Shadow below, or I'll also leave tapping through the throat chakra, which I go through the points of the tapping. Otherwise, just copy me as best you can. I'll show you real quickly. We're going to use the karate chop points to do the setup, which will be 3 times. So this is the one we'll use the most. Then we're going to use the crown point up here, the inner eyebrow, the outer eye, under the nose, the cleft, the chin cleft, the collarbone, under the arm, what I call the wristwatch, this point right under the end of the palm, right at the wrist, where they cross over. You can do 2 of them at once. And finally, I like to do this fleshy side of the palm. That's the karate chop point. I like to do it double with them hitting each other. You can do it with your fingers like this, or you can do it double. You can do it on both sides at once if you're good with that symmetrical stuff, but I'm just going to do it on the right side. All we're going to do right now is set up what's called the setup statement, okay, for your tapping. And then in the third quality, I'm going to actually take you through it. We don't have time to do all 3 today, but I'm going to do the third quality with you, and then you come back and do the first 2. So your setup statement here is going to be, even though I don't feel grounded, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay? Write that down. Just stop it and write it down. Just pause it for a moment. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to quality number 2. Quality number 2 of the light shadow for the root chakra is, can you think of one? If you were thinking of health, the root chakra is all about the body. You were right, because health is so important. So vibrantly healthy, not just healthy or very fit. If you're really wanting to own fitness, you can work with fit and healthy. Okay, either vibrantly healthy or fit and healthy. I'll probably work with vibrantly healthy because that just applies more to everyone, because fit is vibrantly healthy. Okay, now, first thing you want to do, number 1 technique is what? That's right, journal. Journal. What was it like for you, especially early on in life? What was around you? Was your family healthy? Was health prioritized? How were you eating back then? So just really get whatever information you can from your caregivers or your parents as to how you were eating, how was your health. And also, were you born with any problems? Did you go through some health struggles in the early years, especially 5 or under? That would definitely affect your feeling here about whether you could be vibrantly healthy. Was someone around you a hypochondriac and every single thing made them feel like they were going to die or they were in some kind of sickness? If that was the case, then you might have taken that on too. Okay? So just write it all out, get it all out, and just have some awareness around what you were taught, how you were conditioned around vibrantly healthy. Your TPQ here is, why am I getting healthier every day? That means vibrant, right? Why am I getting healthier and healthier every day? Just feel that. And if you want to do the fitness thing, why am I getting healthier and more fit every day? And you could even do both, because you can write them on different sticky notes, and you can do more than just one sentence. And then put them up all over the place and read them as often as possible. Say it with your heart and just let your subconscious bask in it. Why? Why am I getting healthier? Your subconscious is going to look for every reason that you are getting healthier. Finally, number 3 is what? Tapping and EFT. Your setup statement here with vibrantly healthy or getting healthier would be, even though I don't feel really healthy, okay? Or even though I feel I could be healthier. Because there's kind of that's a good middle ground. You can do one that really works for you, but I'm just talking about here as I'm working with everyone. So even though I don't feel healthy, even though I fear getting sick, even though I don't feel fit, if it's fit and healthy, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, if you're wondering why we do that negative here, it's because the body resists. So we start with the resistance, and then we move into embracing the quality or activity. Okay, can you feel that? All right, so that's for the first 2. Finally, we're coming to the final one, and that is number 3, light shadow quality for the root chakra is abundantly wealthy. Now, some people would say that that's just redundant, abundantly wealthy, but I've actually done private yoga and been the yoga teacher to some very wealthy people who were not abundant. They were stressed, overworked, they weren't taking vacations, they weren't relaxing, they had millions and they weren't enjoying those millions. So abundant means I'm overflowing, I'm joyous, my cup is overflowing, there's so many good things in my life, and I'm wealthy. Now the reason I'm also including wealthy and not just abundant is because often in the spiritual world I find that people will avoid wealth, thinking it's bad, thinking that having material wealth is bad. Having material wealth is no worse than having a hammer. You can build things with a hammer and you can take things apart with a hammer. With wealth, you can make the world a better place or you could make it a worse place. You get to choose though. That's the cool thing. So I love it when conscious-minded people like you, big-hearted, loving people like you are open to expanding your wealth. I mean, in your bank account. Okay? So that's going to be what we're working on here. Journal on it. Every family has attitudes about money right when we come in. Your caregivers either were wealthy or not, they felt abundant or not, they might have passed on that work always has to be, that you have to work really hard to have wealth, or that only certain people can be wealthy, or that wealthy people are mean or bad or crooked. All of these things would affect you to not want to welcome in wealth. Can you feel that? And yet wealth is your natural birthright. It's just a form of money abundance. And abundance is really your natural birthright because nature is abundant and we are a part of nature, right? Consciousness has created and consciousness makes up all things. And we are just part of that. And nature is where I always look to get my understanding of consciousness. And nature expands. Nature is abundant. Nature grows. A tree in nature grows fruit and then drops that fruit and people can eat the delicious fruit. So you are abundant and wealthy. So check out in your journaling what was the attitude around your early environment, up to say 5 or so at least. TPQ here. Number 2 technique, TPQs, are to say, why am I getting more abundant every day? Why am I getting more abundant and wealthier every day? Why am I getting more abundantly wealthy? How do you want to look at it? What part do you need to emphasize? If you have not as much resistance to wealth, but you don't allow yourself to really feel the joy and abundance and enjoy your money, then you might want to make sure to have abundance in there. If you're one of these people that doesn't have much money and the bank account is constantly the problem, then there's probably a block against the light shadow of wealth, of actually having money in your account. So you'll want to make sure to include that. All right, so it would be either one of those or any variation of those, starting with why for a powerful TPQ. Finally, let's tap. Yay, we're going to tap on this one together. I get so excited when I tap that I will try not to go over your words when you're repeating after me. But if I do, don't give up. Just go over me, okay? All right, so we're going to tap and we're going to start with these karate chop points right here. All right, these fleshy points of the palm, and I'm going to say the setup statement 3 times, okay? I'm just going to use abundantly wealthy, all right? Repeat after me as you tap on these karate chop points. Even though I don't feel abundantly wealthy, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel abundantly wealthy, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel abundant and wealthy, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, I don't feel abundant and wealthy. I feel resistant to it. I feel resistance to abundance and wealth. I wonder what it would feel like to be open to abundance. Why am I resistant? I'm tired of my bank account being the same. I want to be more open to abundance and wealth. I feel I can be more open to abundance and wealth. I want to let go of this resistance to abundance and wealth. I wonder what it would be like to let my cup overflow. I wonder what it would feel like to be able to receive more. To let more in. To be more wealthy and abundant. I think it would feel really great. I feel like I can be open to it now. How much good can I let in? How much wealth and abundance can I let in? Give it to me, universe. I'm ready to receive all you can give me. It's a whole new me, and I'm ready to receive all you can give me. Release your hands into your lap, maybe softer than I did, and take a deep breath from the core of the earth to the top of your head. Hold it. And as you exhale, feel your whole body relax and release, and just let things recalibrate. Take another deep breath from the core of the earth to the top of your head. And exhale it. And just feel everything shifting and changing positively within. Deep breath from the core of the earth to the top of your head. Exhale, release it, and just let anything you no longer need go here, letting in more abundance and wealth. Yes, good for you. Now you can tap more later, absolutely, on the other qualities or more on abundance and wealth. You can also do more journaling, more TPQs, any of these on all three qualities. I just was going to lead you just through the one so you can see what it looked like. Good for you. Feel how much more open you are now to some wealth. But typically when I tap 3 times through at least. So doing this, we did it 2 rounds, but only 1 time through. So I want you to keep doing it if you don't feel the shift you want yet, okay? Just keep on going. And I also want to ask you to view the other videos in this series. They're going to be good, and there's no more direct way than to just open the light of your chakras by receiving, embracing, integrating the major light shadow for each chakra. So thank you for being on this journey with me, and I will see you on the next video. Have a super abundant week, and I'm sending you many blessings.